My name is Kelly Keith, and this presentation will be on the topic of career teamwork. As a refresher, my potential career choice would be a children's school counselor. Being a children's school counselor would allow me the opportunity to be an aid for those who lack the ability to utilize outside sources or lack the safe place to do so. Typically, when we think of school counselors, the first thing that comes to mind is usually an individual office setting where students may come to vent about things that are causing them stress in their social, academic, and even home life. So with that idea, it does not leave much initial thought for teamwork to come into play. However, once I have answered the following questions, I hope to broaden the perspective of my audience on just how much teamwork is involved in this career choice. The first question is, given your career goals, what sort of teamwork do you think you might engage in? Well, initially there is teamwork from the very start. It takes a team of two, at the very least, to hold conversation, and conversation is the foundation of which counseling someone is built. While not all forms of counseling are through conversation, as distance awareness, gestures, eye contact, and body language are all nonverbal contributions to counseling, the teamwork really starts at the initial hello. However, if we're looking clearly from a coworker teamwork point of view, there are many occasions that would involve a counselor needing to work with a team. Unfortunately, most are under bad circumstances. For example, in the event that a student mentions that someone has harmed them or threatened them, we must work with administrations, the teachers, and possibly even the proper authorities in order to take safe action for the student. Another example is in the event that the student discusses self-harm or harm to others. The same strategies would need to be implemented with a team of people to ensure the safety of the student and other people as well. And another example would be in the event a student mentions that they are not eating at home. You would want to meet and work with your actual co-workers in office, maybe to arrange for an extra snack. Not everything would be that children's school counselor is going to take place sitting at a desk, and that's what intrigues me. It's a lot of hands-on experiences. Kids can throw all kinds of different things at you. They can come to you with different issues. They said that are social, friends bullying, that are academic. Maybe you're, as the school counselor, the one who is able to flag if a student struggles with autism or other reading, or learning disabilities. So it's nice to listen and be that helping hand, that door that opens for some students. The next question is, would you welcome the opportunity to work on a high-performance team? Why or why not? And a high-performance team to me is merely any team that sets a goal and exceeds it. It is locating individual strengths and weaknesses and assigning work according to such. I would love to be a part of a high-performance team in that aspect. I believe it's important to acknowledge your best qualities, but also your worst, because knowing that there are some things better left to those more capable is a strength. Members of teams are often under intense pressures to produce or perform at high levels. What is the line at which the pressure becomes too much? Ethically, how far should companies push teams, and how far should team members go to complete a task? Initially, I wrote something different, but it just occurred to me that a lot of things that we do sometimes can go outside of the workplace. Playing ethics and morals into a goal that you're trying to accomplish, it can be a pretty big deal. Like I said, speaking with the kids, if a child comes up to you and says that they're hungry, part of what I would feel obligated to do is, like I said, offer them extra snacks throughout the day, contacting the parents and letting them know that this is available. There's procedures and policies to follow in order to do something safely and properly, but to some, they wouldn't do that because it's not really mentioned in training and things like that. So to me, things like that are above and beyond. But there are situations that are a little bit different. Imagine if a child comes to you and says that, they haven't eaten in days. You've got to do other things. So I just feel like personally, sometimes you have to be that necessary evil that kind of maybe goes outside of what the traditional reaction would be. Because at the end of the day, the main goal is to take care of these children. So in that particular work setting, I think that the pressures of making decisions for these children, advocating for the children, versus or also advocating for their parents, it can get scrambled. And I think that that's why it's probably one of the least chosen jobs at school. So just advocate for the kids. That's it.